have that extra pair of eyes.
For those who don't know it, the question that was being asked was not letting the cat out of the bag. In other words, Safe House Center used to be in a private, non-public location. And how many years ago?
20 years ago, the building was built and dedicated. We are in our 20th year in the building, and approximately 10 years ago, we put a sign out.
So it's in a public location, so you too can know where it is and see the cop car that's not there.
Dave, about 12 years ago when I was volunteering for you, you mentioned what the divestment rate was among batterers, and it wasn't a very pretty number. Has that number gone up since then or gone down?
You're saying divestment?
Yeah, as in people who have actually changed, will he change? Someone who has changed.
Batterers, I want to say this about that, and I could take the 90 minutes and answer this also. Batterers are always changing. So that's one of the things that I want to say about this, going back to that one slide, can they change? They're constantly changing. Just like, I'm going to use another metaphor here, for those of you who like to cook, you're constantly changing. Hopefully you're honing your skills, you're getting better. Now again, we're going back to his motivation is to get what he wants at the expense of another person and his willingness to do so. So he's constantly figuring out new ways to do that. One of the concerns, and it's a valid concern, about batter intervention programs is, well, aren't they just making better batterers? And the reality is, and this is important to hear both parts of this answer, is the reality of the answer to that is yes. Because one of the things that happens in batter intervention programs is men are actually talking about what they do. Now, if you expose somebody who does this, just like if you watch the cooking show and you like to cook, you're going to learn something that you hadn't learned before, and you're going to say, wow, I never thought about doing it that way. Whether or not you actually say it out loud, probably not. I haven't heard anybody say that. But one of the tactics that a man talked about happens to be the same man who sat in the back of that cop car who was asked, did you do that because you were drunk?